Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So today I am making a recipe. I haven't made this one in a little while. It's been on my website for years, but take that earbud out of my ear. But this is super simple. This is a dish that you would see on the buffet of a lot of those, all you can eat kinds of restaurants. Classic dish, Bourbon Street chicken. Super simple. We serve this with rice. So I have some boneless, skinless chicken breasts that I've diced up. I added some coconut oil to my skillet over here. And I'm just gonna sprinkle some salt and pepper onto my chicken. Just kind of sprinkle them all over. And then I've got my skillet here on kind of a, let's see, like a medium heat. And I'm going to take my chicken and I'm just going to put it into the skillet here. So this is just going to cook for a few minutes. We're going to let it cook until the chicken is opaque and has kind of little golden spots here and there. Alright, and while that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and mix up the sauce that goes on top of this chicken. So to begin with, I'm going to need 1/3 cup of soy sauce, and I'm not quite sure if I'm going to have enough here. I may have to, well, actually I think I have another bottle in the pantry. Oh yeah, just right. Going to need 3/4 cup of water. I'm going to need some honey. Oh. I need 1/3 cup of this. Alright, I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of ketchup. This is 1/8 cup measuring scoop here, which is 2 tablespoons. Getting every last bit of this bottle. Oh, perfect. Oops. I put my spatula in the sink too soon. Okay. Give the chicken a stir. Alright, I'm going to need a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And I'm just going to use my little 2 tablespoon here and just do half of it. I'm going to need some red pepper flakes. I'm going to add in about 1/2 teaspoon or so. You can do more or less according to taste. And then the last thing I'm going to need is some minced garlic. We're going to use 1 to 2 cloves. If you like it garlicky, add a little more, but the recipe calls for 1 clove minced. Alright, I'm just going to stir this sauce all together. get it kind of mixed up a little bit. Alright, so I'm just going to let the chicken cook here for a couple of more minutes till it gets those little brown speckles here and there. And once that's done, I'm going to add my sauce into the skillet. I'm going to reduce the heat down as low as it goes, and I'm going to cover it and let it simmer for 20 minutes. And while this is doing its thing, I've got some rice going over there in the Instant Pot. You know, when we moved here to Arkansas, we downsized quite a bit from our house there in Alabama, and space was at a premium in Alabama. And so when we moved here, I gave my rice cooker away. I didn't keep it because the Instant Pot does have the rice cooking setting, so it does the job and saves me a little bit of space here in the kitchen. Alright, so the chicken, you can see, has some little golden bits here and there. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in my sauce mixture. Get all that honey out. Alright, so we've got this boiling, so now I'm going to just reduce the heat all the way down to a simmer. And I'm going to put my lid on and I'm going to let this simmer for about 20 minutes. Alright friends, so thought I was filming and the camera wasn't on. So I have allowed the chicken to cook for about 20 minutes or so, and I just mixed up a slurry of 1/4 cup of cold water and a tablespoon of cornstarch, and I whisked that together and poured it in to thicken up. And so now I'm just going to kind of let this continue to simmer for a couple of minutes. The sauce will thicken up, and that is it. So this is just going to kind of thicken up, and then I will grab a bowl of rice and we'll spoon it up. Alright, so I grabbed a bowl of rice and spooned this up. And so now you can see what this looks like. Now you could use this as a foundational recipe and do all sorts of things with it. You could add in some broccoli florets or some maybe some julienned carrots or something like that. You could really play around with this and just use this as a base recipe and do all sorts of things with it. If you would like to make this, you can get the printable version of the recipe on my website. I will put a link to that in the video description down below. So thanks for joining me here again in the Homestead Kitchen. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread, and I'll talk to y'all next time.